Greetings and salutations, my stitchy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I have been stitching away on this Kansas piece that I'm making as a gift, and so I did get my hollyhock. Pattern, but I'm going to finish this Kansas and then I'll start on hollyhock. So how about all of you? What are you stitching? Are you, it's not a race or anything. We're just stitching for pleasure, right? I don't have my, oh yes I do have my glasses. Okay, I gotta put my glasses on so I can read your comments. Good morning, Valerie. How are you this morning? What was I gonna say? Well, I do have a great big drink. Does everyone else have a great big drink? Because we gotta stay hydrated, especially during the hot summer. It's been crazy hot, hasn't it? It's been crazy hot. Kind of everywhere, which is insane. So let's all take a big drink to start our time together off, right? Okay, if you are brand new here, if you would like, follow and subscribe and share and all the things. And Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then ask to join our private Facebook groups like this private Facebook group, Stitch Along with Anne, and then Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. Both of those are someplace where you can post your own pictures so we have a better dialogue going. Like I've said in the past, if I knew that groups were a better option way in the beginning, I swear. Yay, there she is. There's Aunt Mer. Keels, Aunt Mer's here. If I knew that the Facebook groups was a better option way back when I started all this situation, I would have done that. But I didn't, and so here we are. Anyway. So, so Keels, I'm not working, I just got my hollyhock design too, but I didn't, I want to finish this Kansas piece that I'm stitching for a gift. I did, speaking of road trips, I did finish bachelor buttons on the road trip with my sister, and I'm just loving it. I'm just loving it. I did a couple of presto changeos. Remember, once it's in your hands, you can stitch it. You can follow the pattern, or you can add some extra stuff. Like Keely had added seed stitches throughout all of the petals, so I did that too because I really like it. I changed the colors. I wanted kind of lots of periwinkle, and so I did a lot of that. And now I am stitching this Kansas. So, Valerie, have you gotten, did they just start your, well, I hope that you have gotten more patterns. And if so, what are you stitching? Inquiring minds want to know. So, like this pattern, I changed up a little bit. Just a sec, where's my patterning thing? In the pattern, the center of the sunflower had sporadic French knots and then some back stitching, and the petals had different colors. I chose to do all of the petals all in that beautiful yellow, and I don't remember the name of it, and then I filled the whole center with French knots, and oh my gosh, I'm loving it so much. So now I'm just doing the leaves. I can't stitch with my glasses on though, I'll just tell you. It makes me a little nauseous. So I'm gonna, I don't normally, well, let's see how far that is in the back. I don't normally scooch over that much, but I'm kind of feeling it this morning. So now I'm going to stitch it because the leaves have the leaves, oh my god, I have my sketchy line, so I'm going to have to go down and come back up. But I just saw a little bit of stem that I did not do. So back we go. Back we go. Goodness sakes. So I'll go back and stitch that little bit. Then I'll tie off and I'll start with the outline of the leaves. The tornado was super fun to stitch, I'll just tell you that. Jeff and I started to watch this show called ooh, nice, Aunt Mer. Hollyhock. I know. Are you gonna do your hollyhocks pink? I was on Sugar Island, and my cousin Lisa, Donald Corbiere's wife, I guess she called her my cousin-in-law. Anyway, she had the most gorgeous hollyhocks. I took so many pictures of her hollyhocks. They were so beautiful. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. My hollyhocks are still just leaves. I will try again in the spring. I mean, they're healthy and they look, you know, I just can't get any height or flowers. Good morning, Rosemary. How are you this morning? How are things in your corner of the world? Good, I hope. Oh, I bet they were so pretty. So do they only last, Aunt Mer says that she had pink hollyhocks in her front yard. Do they only last for a couple of seasons, or do they continue to like reseed themselves? And I'm just curious. I mean, Michigan flower growing and Arizona flower growing are two totally different things. That's for sure. And right now, with all this hot weather, and you know, it just keeps getting hotter. Rosemary, it's gloomy and raining. Well, then it's a good stitching day, right? It's a good stitching day. How are your hands today? Good, I hope. And if you are stitching, what are you stitching? I'm curious to know. So, it has been hot, hot, hot here and a little bit humid. Not Michigan humid, but humid nonetheless. And we have these little, mine look good. Oh, your hollyhocks look good for about 5 years and then you replace them. Oh, with more hollyhocks or something different? I, Desiree and I went to the, well, we went to the art store to get her a new art journal yesterday. And then we went to Trader Joe's to get flowers because you know I can't resist Trader Joe flowers. Oh my gosh. So she picked out a giant purple bouquet because her favorite color is purple. And I picked out some sunflowers. I think because I was just stitching sunflowers, and I'm doing that art retreat in Kansas in mid-September, and that's the sunflower state. I don't know, I was just all about the sunflower. So, let's see, lots of things. Oh, scarecrow tea towel. Oh, that's just perfect for fall, Rosemary. Does Desi have any interest in stitching? She does. So, they just arrived back, and so, but they're here to stay, and so I thought, you know what? We will just take our time with that. We will just take our time. Right, and mostly she just wants to swim all day, Keely, and, make art. So yesterday we did some crayon resist, of course, because you know I love me some crayon resist. And she has big jelly printing plans next. But yes, she did last summer express some interest in stitching. So we bought a couple little kid kits from Michael's Not Embroidery. We did because her aunt can't read, she got a punch needle kit, which she liked, and so, you know, she made a nice llama. And I think one of those diamond painting things, she liked that, and so I thought I could start her on the flower tea towel. I thought that might be a good beginning project. Okay, let's see. So Aunt Mer says, cornflower were so much easier. Really? And they're so pretty. So Kay, my dad's next door neighbor, sent me a picture of my mom's garden in the back, her flower bed in the backyard. And Kay has been adding flowers to that for years. I think it just had tulips when my mom and dad moved into that house, and the tulips still come up every year. And this year, how crazy is this? Almost all of the flowers that came up were yellow. Interesting, right? So she sent me a picture just like yesterday. She sends me pictures periodically of the because we both love flowers. She sent me, there were black-eyed Susans, and Keely, what's that flower that grew under your tree in your backyard? Phlox? Is that the correct pronunciation? Phlox, I think. Is that correct? Anyway, I think that's the other flowers. But she had yellow irises. She had, I'm trying to think what were the other yellow flowers. But Kay has some like really pretty coneflowers in her yard. So I've thought about giving those a try. I just saw a whole thing, you know, once you say that you like to, in some kind of way, that you like flowers, then you get a million Facebook things, ads for, you know, all different kinds of seeds and all of the like. And because I was talking about milkweed the other day because I got some milkweeds at my cousin's house. Now I get a lot of things about monarch butterflies and how to have a butterfly garden, blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking at, there are different milkweeds for different parts of the country. Crazy, right? And so I'm looking at, and I think that you need to plant those in the fall for Arizona. Anyway, so I need to get some milkweed seeds. No, I thought it started with a P. Keels, it was under that tree in your backyard. And we took pictures. Honestly. Anyway, I'll send you the picture that she sent me. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I just thought, oh my gosh, my mom's just smiling down on that garden. My mom loved flowers, especially wildflowers, the wildflowers of Sugar Island. She just loved them. We spent lots of hours driving around Sugar Island looking for different wildflowers, taking pictures, picking flowers, arranging bouquets, which inevitably had like a caterpillar in there that we didn't see, or it's or bugs, always bugs. But we didn't care. We just wanted Sugar Island wildflowers. The tree is a plum tree. Yeah, but I thought underneath it there were some flowers. Or maybe it was in your front yard. I don't know. You have a lot of cool flowers in your yard, Keels. Anyway, what did you say? Let's see. Cornflowers. Those, did you say corn or cone? Cone. I love those because they have that big, tall center. I love that. They're so pretty. Lisa had some really pretty ones in her yard, Aunt Mer. So her house is just down from Sacred Heart. Whatever the road is that runs right in front of Sacred Heart, her house is, like when you come down the hill from Graham's, if you turn left, her house is like 3 or 4 houses down from there. No, that's not it, Keels. I will send you the picture and you will see the flowers. Anyway, right now, I'm just trying to make everything survive the tail end of summer here. And you know, now I don't have that tree to provide shade for to the front yard, so I don't know what kind of flowers I'm going to be able to have in the front yard in the summer. Like everything's moved to the backyard now because I just think it's too it's way too sunny. It's way too sunny. I will come back. Kim and I decided that's how we'll celebrate your birthday every year. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, Jazz? Oh my gosh, you guys, I saw the coolest thing. So, speaking of hot and all that stuff. So, do you remember a little while back we talked about the company that was building trees out of solar panels, and so they provided shade for the parks, and it was at Minneapolis, I think. It was someplace I'm almost positive it was Minneapolis, but it provided shade for the park, but it also provided electricity because it was solar panels. It had on the top of the trees that provided electricity for the whole park. And so that's kind of been on my radar lately. Just, you know, ways to, because it's so hot here and so, the sun is so strong. That kind of stuff has just, you know, kind of been of interest to me. Anyway, I just came across this article. Oh my gosh, you guys. Have you guys seen those pictures of like the shade structures that have been in, I believe it was in Spain, where like a bunch of people crocheted pieces, and then they installed them above walkways, so they're so those crocheted pieces provided shade over the walkways. Oh my gosh, so pretty, because you know it was lacy, because that's kind of the deal with crochet, but it's also like all these beautiful bright colors. And I mean, I don't know what the longevity of something like that is, because the sun would, you know, I will just tell you, we have like pool toys last about one season, like especially like pool noodles, they last about one season, and we're really good about putting our pool toys away at the end of a, oh my gosh, the shadows of that would be so pretty. You're right, Aunt Mar. Okay, so then I just got a notice on my phone from I don't know who, but anyway, that there's this project in Phoenix where people are, so the one that popped up first, of course, was by this guy named Luke Haynes, and so there's this thing, it's called quilt architecture. And so it's a series of freestanding art installations so his is called Quilt Architecture, and it's a series of freestanding art installations utilizing handmade quilts to create a unique shade experience. But here's the next level of coolness. He made over 200 quilts with thrift store clothing and bedding, and installed them in Serrano Park. And so the shade construction is so colorful and so pretty. And like, I would think maybe there's like some cool like reflective qualities of the colors of those quilts. So he talked a lot about, I thought this was so cool. He talked a lot about exploring ways to give fabric and clothing a second life, and bridging the, I don't know what the word would be, but like bridging the, kind of the spirit of the people who wore those clothes or slept under that bedding, and then the new people that enjoy that shade, right? So, you know, Jeff and I are going on a field trip this weekend, because like once I read about that one, hey Karen, once I read about that shade structure, I found out there's a whole program of these shade structures throughout the valley, and different artisans are creating these different shade structures because the sun is so strong here. There's this big movement to provide plant trees, and I think it has a name, and now I don't remember. My kid lives in Austin, and he was telling me about, like, there's a big movement in Austin to do the same, to plant trees, to provide shade, but also, like, not just for the unhoused community, but also it improves the air quality of the city. It because it provides such good shade, it helps businesses not have to rely on their air conditioning as strongly. It was crazy the amount of benefits, right, from just trees. And I'm just going to tell you, I know that really well now that we lost that tree in the front yard. Our living room is kind of hot now, and we keep the drapes drawn all day long because it's just so sunny and hot. But Jesus assures us that he can regrow a tree, or we can replant a tree, but it'll be a long time till we have a tree that provides the shade that that one did. And I will just tell you, we've had some little kittles visit us over the last couple days, and they all said, "Where are the birds gonna live?" And we were like, you know what? We were thinking the same thing. They probably fly by our house and go, "What happened? That was our home." But there was nothing we could do. There was nothing we could do. Anyway. The shade, so there's, I'll tell you more about those shade structures as I read about them. There's one at Cortez Park that is, it's flowers that this artist has constructed out of metal, and then there's like woven cording that provides the center of the flower. Oh my God, the petals. I can't wait to see that one. So, like I said, going on a field trip this weekend. We'll be going early in the morning because that's when it's coolest here. That was so cool, you guys. That was so cool. Does anybody know of anything like that going on in your communities? I thought the solar trees, how brilliant is that? You know? Because I know it was expensive. Oh my gosh, Aunt Mer, it was so, and they're beautiful. Like the quilt ones, I wonder, I think the whole series is was from April until October. So I will go and take pictures and send them to you. But I would hope that once they try this, they see the benefit to the community. And the artists, they interviewed all the artists, and that's so cool to hear, like, what their thought process was. Like the artisan who is also he's a quilter and an architect, the one who did the quilts. And so he talked about, I think I mentioned that already, that bridging the original owners of those clothes with the new participants who are enjoying that shade. So you could have, so he envisions like people having a picnic under there, or just seeking shelter from the sun after a baseball game or whatever. Oh my gosh. But I wonder, the quilts, like what's the lifetime of those? Do you know what I mean? With the sun beating down. If our pool toys, only last about one season, I wonder if the same is said for those quilts. If it would only, but you're making it all out of thrifted materials. I think that's stinking brilliant. That's less things to go to the landfills. That's I will. You're right. That sounds like a great idea, Keely. I will share photos or links in this week's newsletter. I will. It'll be very newsy. Yeah, I just found it fascinating. And it's always, isn't it always so nice to hear about people trying to find creative ways to help others, you know? I thought that was brilliant. I loved it. So is anybody watching anything good? Because I finished The Pit, which if you get the chance to watch The Pit, watch it. It was so good. It was so good. And I'm excited to hear that a second season is coming out. So we started to watch this show called Hightown. So it's Providencetown, Keels, on Cape Cod. And so I was excited about that. But it's intense. I'm just going to tell you. It is intense, as you can imagine. It's, well, there's a couple things that are kind of interesting. Number one is there's 2 different policing agencies that are kind of the mainstays of the show. One is the state police, and the other is the Marine. The Marine, like fishing something. I don't know. Anyway, that was of interest to me because Keely and I, years ago, well, one of our girls' trips that we went on with our big group of friends was to Cape Cod. And we spent kind of a lot of time in P-Town, and I loved that town. I loved it. Anyway, so it's always fun to watch someplace that you visited, so you already have that connection to whatever the place is, you know. But the other cool thing was that our friend, another girls' trip we went on was to Maine, and our friend Carolyn's son is a lobsterman. And so we got to go out on a lobster boat. Oh my gosh. One of the coolest experiences of my life. One of the coolest experiences. To just, you know, be out on the sea like that. I mean, I know he made it like really easy for us to, we didn't really catch a lobster, but we got to, you know, pretend. And that was very cool. And just to be out on the sea and to learn so much about like all those buoys and every different painted design on a buoy represented a different fisherman, and that was super cool. Anyway, so there's a little bit of that, but it is a lot about the drug community, and so and like busting the people who are, you know, selling and blah blah. Take a drink. So it's a little it's a what do I want to say? It's intense. Everybody take a drink. It's intense, and it's intense, and it's kind of raw, a lot of very raw, you know, content. So you know I need my Everybody Loves Raymond chaser after something like that. It's always so, like, that's a lot. Because I will have bad dreams about that stuff. Yes, I will. So, hey, I just read about this You guys, it was so funny. I read this about this game that stitchers play, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've played it and didn't even know it was a game, that it was a thing. I just thought it was me. So there's this game that stitchers play to complete as many stitches as possible before running out, before tying off your thread. And it's called Thread Chicken. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I don't know, there's something about, like, I have to stitch it until I can't make another stitch out of it. If ever we watch something kind of intense, Keely, I always have to have a little 80s or 90s comedy humor to as a chaser. So everybody loves Raymond, Seinfeld, Friends, do you know what I mean? All of those kinds of shows. And you know what? I'm getting ready to look at how long, how many more stitches can I get out of this? Can I get to the end? I hate wasting thread too. I know, it's so dumb, but I can't. Oh my gosh, and you know what? And I didn't bring it. I checked my post office box for the first time in kind of a long time yesterday with Desiree. And she loved being able to help me open all those packages. And so I got a package from Peg with some cool some cool stickers. I think there was a paint palette sticker and some really cool washi tape. And what else? Oh my gosh, the cutest little teeniest tiniest post-it notes you've ever seen for planners. Oh my gosh, I just fell in love with those. Anyway, my post office box was jam-packed. Like, I'm sure they were like getting ready to call me, like, would you come and just empty your post office box, please? I had gotten a few postcards, and I got a package from, I think it's time, you guys, for me to tie it up. I got a package from Debbie Pack, and in there was some fabric. And so I was like, oh, what am I going to do with that? I have some ideas. I do. So we'll talk about that in tomorrow's Pop-In Paint Party. Stop it. Look at that. I got a knot. Look at that. So where's my green thread? I kind of have ways to go because I have to finish this leaf and then I still have this whole leaf and then I have the Z, the Oz to do. And I made it green for the Emerald City. Aunt Mer, did you already do, are you still stitching bachelor buttons? Did you finish bachelor buttons and chrysanthemums already? So I wanted to talk to you about this, you guys. So think about it and then give me your suggestions. So I did all the French knots here, and it's so pretty, you guys. Look at it. I just love all that texture. So pretty. Anyway, the quilt, I kind of have some ideas of, like, I like, I don't love the colors they picked, just the blue and the red. That seems kind of, you know. I didn't, but does that surprise you, Valerie, that they're having to raise their prices? Everybody's having to raise their prices. Everybody, because of these tariffs and all that jazz. I think, and Red Rock's prices have been the same for kind of a long time, so it doesn't surprise me. But more than their prices, their shipping is second to none. Like, you can order and get your shipment from them so fast. Like within a week's time, you have your order. I need somebody to come over and organize my threads. Keely, are you on your way? Could you organize my threads? Ugh, they're just, I mean, they're all in their cases. And I ended up, you know, when you, it's so funny how I was like, I needed to order a second case. And I kept thinking I was going to fill that one and then still have room. It wasn't as bad as I had anticipated. I think all those little things of thread made me feel like it was, I know I love French knots too. I do. Made me feel like maybe it was going to be way more, it was going to be way more spools. Okay. So did you do the colors that did you use DMC or did you use Sulky? Floss, Antmer. Because I bet you have a lot of DMC floss, just like me. Like Hollyhocks, I think I really want to do those in pink. Because what color did I did my chrysanthemums in oranges, right? And then I did my bachelor buttons in periwinkles. So I think Hollyhocks I want to do in pinks. I just want it to be a really colorful quilt in the end. Now I just have that final leaf and then the Oz, the green, the Merry Old Land of Oz. I don't have all their threads. It's so funny. I started out just getting the threads of like whatever I was stitching, you know. Like I got the kits in the beginning because I had never stitched with sulky thread. I had only used DMC or JP Coats because that's what my mom showed me how to use and my gram. But then I was like, well, I work for this company. I should use their product. And you know what? I do love it. I do love it. Sulky thread. It just takes a little getting used to. So now I will say that I have more and more sulky thread. My collection has grown, that's for sure. I know, you know what, Valerie, they have some really pretty variegated threads that I'm feeling like I want to do something in one of those variegated threads. Keely, didn't you do the chrysanthemums with a variegated floss? I thought. Oh, I had to go find spell. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Sulky is just different, isn't it, Aunt Mer? So I will say, so if you ordered Sulky, if you ordered it with if you ordered the kit that came with the Sulky, if you run out of a color, Valerie was just talking about Red Rock threads. That's where we all get like individual spools of thread. I will repost the a link here. And they're so fast and they're so they're really nice people. It did call for it. Oh my gosh. Dang it. Well, because I changed the colors. That's why I didn't notice that. I do love a variegated floss. It's so pretty. I used some on some of those Meg Hockey designs that I embroidered keels. I used some variegated flosses. We do have to, you are right, Keels. We do have to keep supporting the small women-owned businesses. I try to support them. It's not difficult for me, though. I'm just going to say to, you know, buy art supplies from an art store in Ypsilanti, Michigan, because she has really cool stuff. I was just talking to a friend who lives in Ypsi now, who I grew up with in Munger, Michigan, and she had written something to the effect of, like, you know, support Ypsi, and I said, oh, I do. I do. Like, she has cool art supplies, but then she also has like all these other cool she has some really cool stickers and pins and patches. Really, anyway, she has really good aesthetic. And so that's my plan, to just keep supporting them. And you know, when you shop small, you get things that are different than when you shop big box stores. Not that everybody doesn't need to save $1. I totally get that. But for unusual things, shop small. I need to win the lottery to support all of my hobbies and dog sport I want to do with my new dog Sadie. Oh, so are you guys going to do, so with your new dog Sadie? That's so funny because that's my dad's doggy's name. Are you going to do dock diving with that doggy? I find that so fascinating. They have been hit hard by the elimination of the... Yes, I did see that yesterday, Keely. I don't know how to say that. De minimis level. In the past, they wouldn't have to pay tariffs on imports of less than $800. Now they not only have to pay a tariff, but also pay for a customs broker to help get their imports through... Oops. Customs. It penalizes small businesses and benefits large companies. I know, Aunt Mer. Uh-oh, another city. My poor dad, his dog, her reputation precedes her. She's so barky. She's the most barky dog, I'm telling you. And is uber protective of my dad. Like, no one can hug or kiss him. It's a joke, I'm telling you. It's a joke. We have to go on road trips and take my dad someplace else where Sadie has to go to, like, the dog sitter's house for us to be able to hug or kiss our own dad. She's so funny. How am I doing on time? I don't have my glasses on. 9:53. Okay. Can I finish this leaf before 10 o'clock? I certainly hope so. The sense of accomplishment that will give me. We have started lessons for... Oh, so Valerie says, we have started lessons for duck diving. She loves swimming. She loves the beach, and we've been going often. That's so cool, Valerie. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear about her escapades. I can't. Anybody want to play thread chicken with me? That made me laugh so hard. I thought, it is totally a thing, isn't it? It is a thing. I hate wasting. She's a shepherd mix. I want to do a DNA test on her. That's fascinating that you can do DNA tests on dogs, isn't it? Yeah. So be on the lookout for ways that your community is working on providing shade. I thought that was just fascinating. And like so innovative. And now I will find out all the other artisans that are taking part in that program that the quilt architecture and the, oh my gosh, and it was called Botanical, oh, darn it. The one, remember the one I told you that was like metal, the petals were created out of some kind of metal, and then the center was some kind of cord that the artist wove. So so now I want to see what they all are. Like, what's the whole, I think that it's a whole big series. So now I'm super curious about the whole big series and where they are, and all about them. Okay, now I can start on the Z. I told myself I was going to do this whole side and maybe the windmill, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do on that quilt. I just don't know. I think I want to change some colors, or I don't know. So be sure to tune in tomorrow morning to Pop and Paint Party, because I have such a happy mail haul to share with all of you from the from the emptying of my post office box. I got postcards and packages. Oh my gosh. And there was also a local company pizza flyer in there, and Desiree goes, "How'd that end up in there?" I go, well, sometimes businesses just do these mass mailings. Oh, well, that doesn't have anything to do with art. I go, no, but we like pizza, so, that's something. That's for sure. Almost done. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that Z. I'm feeling like I might do like a version of that short stitch, long stitch. You're not a fan of, oh my gosh, I love a satin stitch. Oh my gosh, Valerie, how can we be friends? I don't know. I'm questioning all the things I liked about you now. If you're saying that you don't like a satin stitch. I love a satin stitch. That's so funny. I told you, my mom, oftentimes when she did a satin stitch, she, after she did the satin stitched area, she stitched around it. Like she gave it like a framework. And I kind of do that too. I just kind of like the look of that. I know, who doesn't like pizza? Fools. I don't know what I'm gonna do for these thicker areas. I think I just want to fill it in, like kind of do like a modified satin stitch maybe. My mom did do beautiful work. She did. Like, everything was so perfect. I posted the pictures of those pieces that she, remember, Valerie, I posted them in the group. The pieces that are in her bathroom that she did. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So pretty. So this, I think, and I'm sure there's a name for this, but I'm just going to do a couple of lines. The thicker lines, I'm just going to do, I should have doubled my thread, but whatever, I did not, because I'm playing thread chicken with whoever's going to play with me. So I'm I think I'm going to go up and then down and then around. I think that'll be good. But it looks like it went over. Big surprise, you guys. Always been chatty. Professional yapper at your service. So I will see you all. And that was just a smattering of her stitching, Valerie. I have pieces of her stitching around here. She did a kitchen tablecloth that's, oh my gosh, it's so dang cute. It's so dang cute. It's pink and it's roosters and chickens. And I have a dresser scarf that is purples. So pretty. I'll dig those out and share with you at some point. It just makes me so happy to look. I love that I have that little bits of her, you know. Oh my gosh, it's so dang cute. It's very 60s. It's very 1960s. And that's, I think, what makes me love it even more. A dresser scarf, yes. That's so funny, isn't it? I said I was going to say goodbye and I just keep stitching. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't stop. And then I was thinking about that rooster tablecloth. And then a dresser scarf. Anyway, I adore you all. Thank you so, so much for taking time out of your busy lives to stitch with me. It just is the coolest, calmest way to start our day, isn't it? Oh, I just love it. I just love every Wednesday. I do, I do, I do. I adore you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you either in Pop and Paint Party tomorrow or next Wednesday right back here. Talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.